Grand Theft Auto 5 was such of a blockbuster, a success, and such of a great game until I'm still playing it, and this game came out in September of 2013, which makes it almost 6 years since it's been released, and I'm still playing it, and I haven't accomplished everything on that game. I don't even want to get a percentage that I have completed. Just a great game. It dethroned a lot of games. It's like the top selling game of all time, either number 1 or 2 besides the original Super Mario from NES. So that's how big Grand Theft Auto 5 is. And how can you outdo that game? Because everybody should have played it by now, or have it. How can you outdo it? Rockstar is bringing out Grand Theft Auto 6. The link for this article will be in the description. So, according to Express, GTA release news, the new update for Grand Theft Auto PlayStation and Xbox gamers. So, we're about to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. And this article, which he wrote a great article on, is by Gary Jones from the Express. Shout out to him. So, the GTA release date could boast a great new feature for fans to enjoy, but it's also very likely that the game won't be coming to either PS4 or Xbox One. So people that have those consoles, don't get your hopes up. That's the bad news, as it appears ever more likely that Rockstar Games are planning a big new project for the PS5 and Project Scarlet consoles. But something that fans will be happy to hear is that the Grand Theft Auto project, whatever platform it is on, could be the first to feature cross-play. And while this won't be a particularly useful feature in single player, it could prove very popular when it comes to GTA 6 Online. More and more gaming projects are announcing new cross-platform support between PS4, Xbox One, and PC, as well as Nintendo Switch. And Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick only believes this is going to expand in the future. Speaking to the Venture Beat earlier this year, Zelnick, who has the parent company to Rockstar Games, gave a brief answer when talking about its growth. When asked what is your approach for crossplay and whether you want it, Zelnick replied, "It's a good thing, it will happen." This was followed by Zelnick agreeing with the statement that crossplay would happen because players are demanding it. And while this doesn't mention GT6 or any other Rockstar project, we can take it as read that Take-Two will be pushing for the future on their upcoming games. The next Grand Theft Auto game has the potential to be the biggest game ever, meaning cross-play has a very big alley in Take-Two. Zelnick has also spoke about Google's Stadia and how he was excited to see the service launch later this year. He was also asked whether the removal of hardware barriers could help AAA game exposure and if it ultimately mean more competition with mobile gaming. Zelnick gave an interesting response, questioning whether dedicated gamers who are prepared to pay for AAA titles would ever be held back from buying a console. He told VentureBeat, "I don't know. If you're prepared to pay a premium price and you want a AAA game, aren't you also prepared to buy a console? You're making the assumption that somehow there was a limitation that doesn't exist to buy the software, but does exist to buy the hardware." Now, that's generally speaking not the case. Again, I think it's more likely that not that big win will be in free to play, more so than in the high-end expensive frontline titles. That's not supporting us in that view because we put out a lot of high-end expensive titles, but I think that might be more relevant. I think that remains to be seen. Nothing new has been shared by Rockstar Games in regards to when the GTA release date will be announced, although there have been plenty of supposed leaks. A new online rumor surfaced late in June claiming that GT6 would be a next-gen only title, meaning it won't be playable on PS4 and Xbox One. The report didn't mention Google Stadia or PC, but it would make sense that both platforms will also see launches. One of the more notable things regarding the latest GTA 6 leak is that it didn't provide a release date. The next Grand Theft Auto game has been linked with a 2020 launch on PS5 and Project Scarlet. However, based on how Rockstar has done things in the past, it seems likely that their next game will be announced when they're ready to share the news. Red Dead Redemption saw Red Dead Redemption 2 saw a lot of delays before it was launched, and the same could always happen to GTA 6. So until Rockstar is ready to share more, we will have to keep an eye on what representatives are saying. So, of course, when you got the biggest game of all time, you don't have to rush anything. Like I said, Grand Theft Auto 5 is still that game. I will pop that game in at any time and just black out. Nothing else exists. But we are very, very highly anticipating GT6. So many questions. Where would this game take place at? Because we know 5 was California, without a shadow of a doubt. Where will 6 take place at? Who will be the characters? What's the story? And if they drop it only to the PS5 and the Project Scarlet, then sign me up, because I'm getting one of those systems. And that's a great way to get people to buy the next gen, is to bring out Grand Theft Auto 6 and put it strictly next gen. And watch how many people just buy the system because of that game. That game is just that great. But what do you guys think? Are you ready for GTA 6? Like this video, leave your comment, share it on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe.